Recently, I was looking up on CNN.com school shootings in America, and I saw that recently a school shooting happened in Washington. And I started doing further research, and I realized that a lot of school shootings had correlations with mental illness, and it led into me learning more information about mental illness. And I realized that America right now is having a mental health care crisis. So the reason why you should listen to my speech is because right now we need to raise awareness of the mentally ill and find help for them. My 3 main points is the mental illnesses with celebrities, mental illness with school shootings, and laws that are going to help the mental health care reform. Amanda Bynes is a perfect example of a celebrity with mental illness. She was posting erratic tweets and posting crazy pictures of herself, and the media started buzzing around about how crazy she was and how she was doing weird things, and it was funny to us and it was amusing to people on social media. But the thing is a couple of months later she was arrested, and she went under mental health evaluation. And after that she was arrested again, and she went to court, and this is her in court, and obviously you can see she looks a little disheveled, kind of crazy, kind of manic. And so people were saying that she was talking to herself, that she was making weird faces, and she was not acting like herself. And so her parents intervened at this time, and they put her in an involuntary mental facility, and then they took control of all of her financial assets. And because of this, she couldn't spend any money. She was completely with her parents. And so she came out that she was manic depressive and that she had bipolar disorder. And this shows that to us it was funny that she was acting like this. To the media it was funny that she was behaving this way and she was doing all these things, but it's actually a very serious illness, and it's something that really impacts on someone's everyday life. Robin Williams is another perfect example of someone with a mental illness, and he recently killed himself. And we loved him. He was a great actor. He's very popular. And the CDC says that 1 in 10 Americans have depression, and that's a huge number. And it shows that someone that is wealthy, someone that is popular, someone that is famous, well-liked, is not necessarily going to be happy with himself, and Robin Williams is that perfect example. It just shows that it's a very serious illness also, and that there's multiple resources though that can help him, such as therapy, there was support groups, there was counseling, and so it's a good example. Mental illnesses connected with school shootings. Elliot Rogers was a boy, and he grew up in Calabasas, California, and he was a loner, he was odd, he was angry, and his parents knew he had mental issues, and they had tried to get him help, but when he turned 18, he refused any help. And so he started posting weird things on the internet, and his mother went to the police and said, "Look, I think my child is an endangerment to society." And so they went and interrogated him and asked him questions, but they realized that they couldn't hold him for any cause because they didn't have anything on him. And after that, he went out and bought a gun, and he bought a gun legally, and he went to University of Santa Barbara and killed 6 different people, and then he actually killed himself. Adam Lanza is another example, and he lived in Connecticut. He was known as being a loner, angry, having issues in school, and he had a blog, and he started posting things, and it's actually very disturbing if you read them. And he went into his mother's gun cabinet, and killed her, and then went to Sandy Hook Elementary School and killed 20 first graders and kindergartners and 6 teachers. And this shows that there needs to be laws implemented when someone turns 18 and parents can't intervene anymore and they know their child is sick, and there's nothing that we can do to get these people the help they need to prevent them from doing more school shootings. Laura's Law is a law that was passed in Orange County, and it talks about how homeless people, for example, they're loitering and they keep getting in trouble with the law, and they're going to get incarcerated, and instead of getting incarcerated, the court will say, hey, you can either go into a mental facility or you can be on medication. And this gets people off the street who don't deserve to be in jail and doesn't waste our tax dollars. The Helping Families in Mental Health Crisis Act is an act created by Representative Tim Murphy. I got this from his website, and he talks about how that people who are in need, the minorities, the elderly, the homeless, who can't afford the help that they need, psychiatric care, mental facilities, counseling, medication that they can't afford, this act will help those people who actually need it to get the help they need. In conclusion, my 3 main points was mental health in the media, mental health with school shootings, and mental health reform. 1 in 4 Americans each year are diagnosed with a mental illness, and I got this from Johns Hopkins Medicine. And that could be your loved ones, a family friend, or someone you know. And instead of making fun of it or thinking they're crazy, it's better to raise awareness and to realize mental illnesses are something that impacts people's everyday life, and it's a serious disease.